Okay, welcome back to session 2 of the 2015 New Zealand Snooker Championship Final from Hamilton Cosmopolitan Club, New Zealand. Bayden Jackson gets frame 8 underway. And as John Virgo always likes to say, whatever you do, don't hit the blue. The idea of the break shot, of course, is to get the cue ball safe, and what most players tend to do is put the cue ball somewhere alongside the brown in the D and play with side just to bring the cue ball round off the angles behind the bulk colours, preferably very close to the cushion. Well, Bayden's actually fouled one of the reds there with the cuff on his shirt. It's a nicely controlled shot by Henry, just to bring the cue ball across the face of the black. Neither player really settling in that first session. Quite a scrappy affair so far, as finals quite often tend to be. Just overscrewed that slightly, a little bit closer to the cushion than he'd like. I cued that very straight. Slightly more angle on this red than he'd prefer. And nicely controlled. They're always missable, those shots. Always prefer to play the reds out in the centre of the table rather than the ones on the top cushion. But they can always act as insurance if you do fall out of position. This is Henry's key strength, is his break building and his cue ball control in and around the black spot. Well, didn't expect to miss that, but a good break of 45 leaves him in full control of this 8th frame. a little bit straight on the black there to bring the cue ball into ideal position. So a long straight red. Just hasn't quite settled into this match. Just can't find the same gear that he found yesterday. He was virtually unstoppable yesterday, Bayden Jackson. So I'm just going to take a couple minutes break from commentary and let you enjoy watching the snooker.
Henry 7. Henry 4. Happy Henry? You can have that direct from your aim. No, I'm still going off cushion. Right. Can't see it. Okay. I can hit that one there, full ball.
green. Four. Five. Seven. Eight. 13. Bayden 13.
Just a containing safety here. And a good safety too. I could actually see that red by the corner pocket. I thought he may have been snookered on that red. But good shot to miss that red on the top cushion. The added bonus, he's left the white near the yellow, covering most of those reds. Oh, we couldn't quite see that pot on from the angle on the screen, but what a tremendous shot that was. And that roll up behind the yellow gives Bayden control of the table. Just play this off two cushions, try and nestle on the red near the top cushion here. He looks like he's played that absolutely perfectly. Referee Cliff Hazelton just temporarily obscuring our view there. So a few locals and a few familiar faces from across the New Zealand snooker scene attending this game today. Of course, many of the competitors have since gone home, a few choosing to stay, some of course already have booked flights. Depending on which colour he takes with this red, might decide whether or not he needs that final black on the cushion. So not straightforward to clinch the frame from here. Just a little bit straight on this pink, but he'll run through and leave himself a long distance shot on the yellow. Now you won't need the black on the side cushion. In fact, I think he actually will need the black on the side cushion. maths wasn't quite correct, so yes, he will need that black on the side cushion. Now he's left himself quite a bit of distance between white and object ball here, so this is by no means an easy black. Oh, superb. Well, that was quite a scintillating clearance by Bayden, and that was just a hint of the Bayden from yesterday. Had to win that frame by coming back a long way from behind. That all boosts his confidence. Big frame to win that. Quite a big difference between levelling at 4-all and being 5-3 behind in a race to 8. I'm just wondering if that pot on the black is that the clearance that turns this match? Is it the clearance that gets Bayden Jackson going? Just a delicate roll up behind the brown. Nicely weighted shot. I say that because it's stopped the easy one cushion escape. Henry having to come off 2 cushions. And really trusting to luck to where the white ball finishes up, and I'm just wondering here if Bayden has an angle on this red just to free the black up. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. But a well-earned 7 points, and he'll just run safe off this red now. A little bit short on the safety. Wanted that white glued to that bottom cushion. He's not afraid to have a go. Bayden. Could have just played safe there, but saw the opportunity and decided to go for it. But in doing so, he took the risk that should he miss, there's an opportunity for Henry. Very much a game of risk and reward, snooker. And a lot of it comes down to experience, and sometimes just how you feel on the day. Just one loose red to the right of the pack, but he's also got the one on the top cushion to play for. A nicely weighted shot screwing round off 2 cushions for the loose red. And at some point he'll want an angle on this black just to split the pack. So he'll probably play this shot with a bit of top and then force the cue ball into the pack just to... I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do there. Maybe try and cannon the red on the top cushion to bring it into play, but it didn't work out. Can Henry see enough of this red to pot it? Obviously not. And that red in bulk, and there's a red fairly near the centre pocket on the left of the table. We might just see a few roll-ups to the pack here. No easy attacking safety option, so well, I mean, I didn't see that that was on, but he's picked that one out. Now, has he underhit this? He has, and that's another opportunity to extend his lead in this frame, gone begging. He might be taking this one on now. Well, I'm a little bit surprised he took that on. There's always a risk that should he miss it, that red ball is going to come back down the table. But has he got lucky here? I'm not sure if Bayden can see enough of this red to pot it, so It's obviously something catching his eye on the cloth. He's trying to settle himself before taking the shot. May have finished a bit straight on this red, so he's just able to screw back between yellow and brown, and with a nice angle on the green, or even the yellow, just to come back towards the reds. Both players seem to be scoring a little bit more freely now after the lunch break. Perhaps a few nerves have finally settled. Again, just lost the cue ball a little bit, but getting straight down on the shot, no hesitation. It wiped its feet somewhat, but the main thing is it dropped, and it's just on the next red.
Bayden 14.
Oh, just a missed opportunity by Bayden, but nothing simple for Henry here. Just the kiss on the brown, just spoiling position. But he'll choose the second best option, which will be rolling up behind the brown. And again, he's fairly tight behind that brown, so I'm not sure if the one cushion escapes on. I think this will be replaced. So as we said before, it's, you know, hitting the red is not so much the problem. It's leaving the cue ball safe, and sometimes you just have to trust to luck or very good judgment. Looks like he's coming off 3 or 4 cushions here. 1, 2, 3. Now, well, that's heading towards no man's land, so that'll definitely get replaced. Not quite sure what he intended there, but obviously that cluster of reds near the pink is you know, a bigger target, but what he doesn't want to do is sort of disturb them in such a way that leaves Henry with an easy opening, so he might be better off trying to hit that loose red just to the right of the black, or just trusting to good old-fashioned lady luck, really. But which is exactly what he tried there, the old hit and hope method. And sometimes that's the only option you have. So this could prove fairly costly. Like I said, the main thing is try and ensure that Henry doesn't get an opportunity, but he's actually not left Henry with anything straightforward here. It's, you know, it's awkward queuing over the pink to get to that red nearest the black. And these are always missable into the centres. Yeah, just taking his time just to think about it. Well, is he going to play this left-handed? We saw this before. Quite astonishing being able to do this. I mean, I've tried playing shots left-handed myself. Well, he's actually got the rest out now, but that's one thing playing it left-handed. Another thing actually queuing over a ball left-handed, but he's going with the rest, the spider, and I tell you what, these are not easy. Well, he made it look easy. A little bit straight on the black to get onto the next red, so he might take the pink. Just to run through. It's a good opportunity to retain his lead, or regain his lead, shall I say. Just this red and a high value colour to leave Bayden needing a snooker. And that pretty much closes out this 9th frame. It's a wonderful streaming technology here provided by Excellence Billiards and Matthew Edwards.
24.
Without it, of course, we just wouldn't have this coverage of New Zealand Q Sports available.
Henry 24.
Viewers joining us from across the world, UK, Australia, and of course from across New Zealand. In fact, just during the lunch break I spoke to, just had a brief discussion on Facebook video chat with a chap from Adelaide, Peter Darby. Hello Peter, I know you're tuning in, watching, listening. Former South Australian snooker champion. He likes to come over every year to the Waikato and play in the Waikato Open in December. Obviously good friends with the likes of Steve Robertson, and very good at cleaning windows, Peter is, so if you ever need your windows cleaned at that time of year, Peter Darby window cleaning. He's the man to ask. Tenth frame then, Bayden getting underway. As I was saying, the streaming technology provided here by Excellence Billiards, providing us with different angles of the table. The usual shot from the foot of the table not available in this club due to just lack of room around the table, really. And Matthew's here in the studio joining me and listening in and controlling all the cameras. And perhaps he might join me on the microphone at some stage, provide his insight into the game. Of course, his background's very much in pool, like Bayden. And Matt's been very successful in his pool career so far. Not sure whether he's ever tried his luck at snooker. Not sure how many pool players successfully make that switch from pool to snooker, but Bayden Jackson's certainly one of them. He's a tall fellow, but just using the extension on his cue just to get a bit more reach. Referee now Cliff Hazelton, respotting the black. I expect he'll see out the final few frames of this match. Of course, Cliff is a very well respected and experienced referee here in New Zealand. And of course, known across the world, he generally officiates at the World Amateur Championships every year. Didn't really get the split on the pack that he wanted there. He's got a red into the middle, but no simple position. You might just be able to see enough of this cue ball just to stun across off the cushion for the black. But yeah, well, that was the problem. Never easy to judge the pot when you're queuing over a ball like that. tell you what, that was a superb pot. To come around the angles, around the back of the black like that and retain position. Very confident. Well, just playing for the loose red, but just took his eye off the pot. That'll be frustrating because it's just a gift to Henry, really. I just feel that Bayden just needs to get his hand on the table and just be patient and wait for an opportunity. Tried to split go into the side of the pack and split the reds off the green, but didn't really get enough pace into the cue ball. Knocked a red out, but unfortunately knocking it towards the top cushion. He's just left the cue ball short on that safety, so Henry can get his hand on the table and just concentrate on the pot here. Position assured on the black. It's not falling ideally on the black. These are, I mean, obviously the pot here is easy enough, but the tricky bit's just screwing back far enough or getting the action on the cue ball to bring it back for position on the next red. And that was the problem. It just got a red into the centre, but it's a little bit trickier. And of course the red to the left of the black is just potentially blocking easy position on the black. Wisely electing to play safe, and he's got a very good cue ball, very tight to the baulk cushion. That's another very good safety shot by Henry. The safety shot was more than matched by the excellent long pot. just ran just a few inches too far up the table for the green, so might have to play safe here. You can kind of tell he doesn't want to. I think Bayden just needs to play a game of patience here and he'll get his opportunity. It's a very good pot from that angle, I tell you. You know, he just plays it as he sees it and he's full of confidence, so some players obviously play safe, maybe like myself, but all depends how you see it at the time. There's a very thin cut on that red though, that was the problem. Tell you what, I think Henry's had a bit of a result there. I'm not sure if this red passes the pink into the corner, but well, it does just. Digging into the cue ball to try and hold position for the next red. And I think he's held the brown spot there, so the brown will get respotted on the blue, or actually on the pink spot, the top available spot. So he cued that one well. Now here's an opportunity. He somehow needs to try and disturb that cluster of reds. So we'll just try and knock one out here off the brown. And it's very well played. So good opportunity now. I think what's he looking at here? I'm not sure if the bottom of those two reds that are below the pink, whether it's potable into the corner. If it's not, then position is by no means straightforward. They'll have to play some sort of cannon. I was looking at the two reds on the top cushion there, but whether he can, looking to see whether he can get to the potting angle on that red on the top cushion. I think he got caught in two minds there somewhat, so well, actually no, he's playing a very thin pot on that red. Well, the only problem with that, playing shots like that, is you tend to leave the ball over the pocket. Where's the cue ball going? Can you see enough of this red to hit it full on? And just clip it. Trusting a little bit to luck. I'm not sure if he's had any though. I think he may have screwed back too far here, I'm not sure. Well, rubber the green. Sometimes at this game you need a little bit of luck just to get over the line. And Henry's had one or two little pieces of fortune this afternoon. And that was a very delicate roll up to the brown, tight against the brown now, so no simple escape route out of this one. In fact, he's looking at coming off 3 cushions. And of course, just rolling up to that red, or trying to roll up to that red on the top cushion wasn't really an option, so, and with the other red over the pocket, which is why he tried to hit it with pace. Yep. Yeah, wisely taking his time to think about this, and if you can try and hit that red near the corner pocket and try and disturb that, that might be a better option. Try and leave that red on the top cushion as slight insurance. As I said, rolling up to, or trying to roll up to that red on the top cushion, a little bit risky with the other red over the hole, so he's in quite a tricky situation here. Again, might be trying to trust a little bit to lady luck, or he's tried the roll up option, and I tell you what, this has to be so precise, and that was always the problem, leaving that red over the corner pocket. However, Henry still has to get position on that red on the top cushion, so the clearance by no means assured. A good angle on the pink here, just to either run through or stun off the side cushion. Well, he's just cued right across that, and that's quite uncharacteristic of Henry. Bayden just needs to compose himself, and 27 points behind with 35 on the table. need all the balls. And they're all in potable positions. Just the only tricky one here could be getting position from green to brown, and potentially from pink to black.
10, 13, 17,
Now, I don't know what sort of angle he's got in the blue here, but it's going to take him away from the pink, and might even cannon the pink from the shot. So, just taking his time on the shot, thinking about position. Might actually have to go around the angles here, and that's what he's looking at. Possibly come around the back of the black off 3 or 4 cushions. Yeah, I think he's just underhit this somewhat. The idea was there. Yeah, looks like he's going for the pot though, not holding back. Yeah.
Bayden 22,
Just wondering if that's a little bit of frustration there, just going for that pot, or is that just the way Bayden plays?
right,
And possibly a safety shot on that last pink may have been a better option. You know, the pot was obviously very difficult, but also the position off that pink made the pot a lot more complicated. So Henry just nicking that frame then, and extends his lead to 6 frames to 4. So, frame 11. And I'm joined in the commentary box by Dale Kwok, who's known very well around snooker circles in New Zealand. Dale, thanks for joining us.
No problem at all, Matt. Good to be here.
How much of this final have you watched so far today?
I watched a few frames and they've been pretty tight. They're both playing pretty conservatively, not taking too many chances, and they're really not playing up to the standard they were playing yesterday. But that's understandable. It's a lot at stake here.
Did you see any of the games yesterday?
No, unfortunately I had to work.
I was just saying earlier on that yesterday we saw some quite one-sided performances in the semi-finals, and complete annihilation by Bayden Jackson. You know, his performance yesterday was something special.
When he gets on the roll, Bayden, he's something special actually, and quite a nice player to watch.
This is a good scoring opportunity.
Yeah, decent chance here. I felt that he had a good chance the last game to snatch it. Henry shouldn't have let him in, but he did. But unfortunately, Bayden failed to finish. So let's see how he does here.
So both these players, 3 New Zealand snooker championships between them, and you of course, Dale, won 3 New Zealand championships yourself. What does it take to win a New Zealand championship?
Well, really, you just got to be patient, I think, Matt, and forget about the semi-finals beforehand, and because every game's different, as you know. I mean, the game really hasn't changed much since I won it back in 1976 and 82 and 83. It's a game of opportunities and really creating them.
And this was your first championship you've played in for about 30 years, I understand.
That's correct.
How have you enjoyed your comeback?
Good. I got through the last 16, so
You did really well.
at my age it's quite an overachievement in my view. But all the same, I enjoyed the competition again.
And you beat me. And you came out the section of death.
Yes. Yeah, that was a tough pull.
And you had a good battle with Dave Wadahira on Thursday.
Yeah, Dave played pretty solidly. I have to say it wasn't my best game, but all the same I think he deserved to go through. This is a good opportunity for Henry here to make a telling contribution and win the frame. If he gets to 7-4 ahead, he's going to be hard to stop. Although that was a little careless.
Covering the black spot. But the pink's available. And rather like Stephen Henry's very good at putting pinks in the middle pockets.
Made that look rather easy, but as every snooker player knows, that those angles into the middle pocket are hard shots.
And you can't hit them too hard. The harder you hit them, the more precise you have to be. A few more people turning up in the crowd now just to watch the conclusion of this match. Just a few simple stun and screw shots here just to rack up a few more points. So apart from these two players today, Dale, who's impressed you in this tournament this year?
Well, yourself for a start, mate. I thought after coming out of pool play, which was a pretty hard pool, that you played pretty well to get to the semi-final. And also Steve Robertson, who's always dangerous. I've never seen him play a bad game.
Well, I thought it was a remarkable performance by him yesterday. I had him at 4 down and thought he was dead and buried, and after the interval he came out like the champion of old and came out firing. I tell you what, he was very hard to stop, and I felt quite relieved at getting over the line in the end. Certainly gave me a scare, but it's I have to say, it's not very often you find yourself in the luxury of being 4-0 up on such a formidable opponent like Steve Robertson. So
And the other two people I was impressed with was Mark Carnarvon, who obviously didn't play his best game yesterday, and Steve Thomas. And Steve's a very much underrated player. He doesn't play too many tournaments, but when he does play, he's always there. Nice potter and a good break builder.
Steve plays out the Hamilton Workmen's Club, of course, which is the same club that we play out of, so we see a lot of Steve, and I tell you what, I've played him many times over the years, and he's a tremendous break builder, one of the best break builders I've ever seen in New Zealand. I'll never forget the time he actually made a break of 143 total clearance in an interclub game, and he's knocked in many centuries.
Nice player.
Mm.
He's a nice gentleman as well.
Definitely.
See, Henry paid for the price really for not getting the black off the spot, and only having one ball to play with in the pink. And from a frame winning opportunity, he's basically let Bayden back into the game here.
Oh.
And Bayden just played a superb shot. Vintage Bayden.
That's the way Bayden plays. Just needs to concentrate on the pot here and not do too much with the cue ball.
Excellent. There's a little bit of pressure behind that one. You handled it well.
You saw in the last frame he missed a very similar black and left it over the hole. he snatched at that one a little bit.
That was a bit of a careless shot there, mate.
I could tell just for a moment he looked at that red below the pink. I just feel like he didn't really want to get the rest out on that shot. He didn't really need to play a forcing shot there. It was just a run through shot really. Just once or twice I think Bayden maybe just trying to force the issue a little bit rather than just play his natural game.
Yes, with those sorts of opportunities, too simple for a player like Henry to pass it up.
And just this black and one more red. Should leave Bayden needing snookers. And Henry just one more frame away from his third title. But he never. Oh, well, just as I was saying that,
Well, that was unexpected.
just took his eye off the
Put
pot.
the
mate.
commentator's curse on him,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Absolutely. Actually, there was actually one more red up the table near the green there I didn't see before, so. Could have done with a little bit more angle on this red, might have to force it just slightly. He's played it well. And this is an opportunity he didn't think that he was going to get, so
Once again, he's got a chance where he shouldn't have. And let's hope he makes a better fist of this one than the last frame.
I worked his feet a little bit, and he hasn't really got a good angle on this back to get on the next red, so just I think the thing to do here is just make sure of the pot and the 7 points. And he's played that really well.
That was a good shot. It was hard to do that.
Nice side-on view of Bayden's cue action.
Well, the green's the vital ball here, Matt. And whoever gets it is
Yeah.
obviously going to be the favourite for the frame.
Just providing a little bit of insurance for Henry, so no simple clearance here at all. In fact, Bayden's just looking at the green now, isn't he? Risky option. And of course, he was looking in it because it would give him position on the yellow, but of course, should he miss it, then it just gifts the frame to Henry. So, turning that option down. Yeah, what do you play here, Dale? A safety, or do you think Bayden's going to have a crack at this one?
I think he'll have a crack at it. He doesn't generally
You
turn
went
down
wrong.
shots like that. He may have been a bit fortunate here.
It's a nicely weighted shot by Henry, leaving him Bayden in a somewhat tricky situation. Come off 2 cushions, or just, yep, 2 cushions. Trust to luck a little bit, and he's had it. Well, it's just 4 points really. The main thing is the green's safe.
And I think Henry's pretty aware too that the green's a vital ball, and whoever gets it is favourite to win. So I expect a good safety coming in from Henry here.
So would you play here? White up and down the table, hopefully behind the brown, and double the green across the table, somewhere behind the black.
Yeah, I think that's the shot, Matt. I think he's just a little bit wary of the green hitting the pink and possibly leaving it out in the middle of the table.
Taking his time with this shot. Big frame this. There's a big difference between a 7-4 lead and a 6-5 lead, especially
No, absolutely, Matt.
especially at this
Henry
stage.
wins, and you'd say he would get over the line. He'll be favourite anyway. And if Bayden wins, it could cause quite a bit of a momentum shift.
Well, he's actually elected to put Bayden into bat here, so just wasn't 100% confident with playing this. Looks like he's going to run the cue ball behind the black, possibly. Oh no. That's quite innovative. A little bit trusting to luck with position of the cue ball, but this is by no means simple.
Yes, well, Matt, it's as you know, it's always dangerous putting people back into play when it's your opportunity. And I don't know quite if Bayden's got the angle here, but the way he's looking at it, I think he has, and there's no way he's going to turn this down.
Did well to avoid cannoning the pink and black there, but he's not left himself ideal on the brown. And what would you do here, Dale? Is he going to have a crack at this? Or looks like it.
Yes, unfortunately he landed himself underneath the brown, and that's probably not a bad result for him. He'd probably rather look at that and say, well, the blue would have been twice as hard if I'd have got the brown, and
Well,
maybe led to loss of frame.
Well, that was the only problem with that shot, and you know, had he potted the brown, what was his next shot going to be?
Correctly.
But Henry only needs the brown, so he can have a crack at that, and
that was a good shot. Very good pressure shot.
that could be a killer blow. Doesn't need need to worry about the pink and black so much, but so tell me, Dale, how's the style of play changed from when you were at the top of your game in the 80s? So you see many flair players like Bayden Jackson back in your day?
I would say so, Matt. The standard of the game's improved, but not markedly so. When I last won in '83, we had in the last 8 Dino Kane, who didn't win that year. Harry Hyinga, of course, who was really at his peak at that point. Myself, my brother, Dave Meredith, who's probably one of the greatest players that New Zealand's ever seen. So the standard of snooker was pretty good back in those days. They play a lot more of an attacking game nowadays, but then you have longer frames as well, because when I played in the final in '83 it was only the best of 7, and so if you're playing best of 15, of course you can express yourself a little bit more, and and the game can be a lot better to watch.
Henry leads 7-4.
So frame 12 underway, and of course every frame now for Bayden Jackson is a must win.
Yeah, he's got to win 4 and Henry to win 1, so Henry has to be a warm favourite at least right now.
Superb pot down the cushion, screwing back to the blue.
And we'll see what the break has done to Bayden, because quite often you find when there has been a break in play that the momentum of one player actually stops and allows the player that's behind another opportunity.
When you're in a winning position like this as Henry is, it's not always easy or straightforward just to get over the winning line, is it? But I know he's done it twice before. Well, he's done it many times before in many tournaments, but you know, this is the New Zealand Championship and he'll be desperately wanting that third title.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience, Matt, that the third one is no easier than the first one. Well, Matt, you'd have to say that was kind of a careless shot, that one from Bayden.
I'm not sure if he had an easy safety option there, and you know, Henry had him in a little bit of trouble there, and he just tried to pot his way out of trouble really, and sometimes it works and other days, well, it doesn't, does it? And I just think Henry's just had the slight better of the safety exchanges today, and with a just one or two little bit of rubs of the green, little kisses here and there that have helped him out.
Yeah, I just feel that Henry's too good a player to be allowed easy starters. And he's had 2 or 3 of those in the last couple of frames.
And I was surprised he played it in that way. I thought it was just a fairly simple stun up for that red at the bottom of the pack there, but he obviously saw it differently. And he's lost prime position.
Yeah, it was either that or hit it really hard, Matt, and you and I probably would have gone for the latter. Once again, there's the pressure at this last frame that probably made him play that way.
There is a red into the centre pocket here, which he could play with a reasonable amount of safety in mind, should he miss it. Not ideal on the black. You think he'll play safe here or risk
I
the
think
pot?
he'll have an on, Matt, but you know, it's a kind of a vital shot, this one. Yes, and a good one. Unfortunately, I think he's snooking himself behind the brown there. And that's going to make that safety shot quite difficult.
Probably just look at leaving the cue ball on the top cushion. No, just playing thin, but
he took the gamble he was going to hide the white behind either the green or the brown.
I think he's just covered enough to block the potting angle. Bayden's just having a look. Yeah, we could just see enough of it.
That was a good shot.
So Dale, I understand you're leaving us soon, going down to Dunedin. That's where you're originally from, is that right?
That's correct, Matt.
You were just telling us a moment ago in the break that you were looking at setting up some snooker tournaments down there.
Yeah, well, I hope to restart the Target Association again, and that's been in recess for probably the last 25 or 30 years. And really some good players down there that really should be playing the game locally. And so hopefully we can start things afresh again and see where it all leads to.
Are there any clubs with tables in Dunedin?
There's basically only one now, and that's the Mosgiel RSA. And Dunedin was never well off for clubs in any case, Matt. Even 25, 30 years ago, there was only one workingmen's club there to service the whole city.
Surprises me because it's quite a sizable city, isn't it? And
yes, it is.
with a lot of Scottish heritage, and of course snooker's very big in Scotland. A lot of big players come out of Scotland, so. So who's in Dunedin that you can have regular battles with? Danny Ryan.
Yes, and players like Neil Wally as well, and
Oh yeah.
there's
Alan Gill.
Alan Gill, who's a good
Yeah.
player.
Gary Howe.
Gary Howe, yes, another excellent player. Was a tremendous junior.
was a good chance squandered, really.
Yeah, if this one's on, he may be in a bit of trouble. And Bayden's the sort of player you don't want to give too many opportunities for him. He's very explosive. Doesn't take him much to get going. And when he's on the roll, he's extremely hard to stop.
Just having a look around the table to see what's available after this black. Those reds in the cluster there, all covering themselves really, so probably try and play for the loose red, or it looks like he might play a little screw shot here, not sure. Yep, just playing for the loose red. Obviously the pink goes into the corner. Or maybe he did actually play on the blue and he's just finished short.
He's a little bit short of ideal position there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's got a pot available here. Maybe a different camera angle will tell us. Looks like he's having a crack at this. He's trying to make this. Oh. Well, there's his pool playing skills come in handy.
That's correct, and that's one benefit of playing pool, because with the smaller tables and the balls are obviously a lot closer together most of the time, and there's plenty of plants on.
He's always working something out, isn't he? I don't know what he's trying to work out there. Position on the black, trying to play for a gap. He's not afraid to take anything on. Kind of plays with no fear. And that's why he can be so dangerous when he's on top of his game.
Yes, well, I like the way Bayden plays the game. He's quite quick, and he's attacking, and when he's going, he's good spectacle to watch.
Quite contrasting styles, wouldn't you say, Henry and Bayden?
Henry's a lot more deliberate than Bayden, and he does tend to study his shots a little more. But equally, he's a good attacker player as Bayden. I guess the difference, if you like, Matt, between the two is Bayden's probably the entertainer of the two.
Well, he's been staying with me all week, this week with Mark Hanna and Chris Maltby, and I can tell you he's provided many hours of entertainment. He's quite a character off the table, Bayden. Oh. Henry's pulled a superb shot out of the bag there.
He took his life in his hands there, and this could well be the opportunity that he's looking for to secure his third title.
himself slightly awkward queuing over this red, and just means position on the next red is slightly more complicated, so he might have to leave himself a tricky pot into the middle. And at the pace he will have to hit this to, presumably he might try and get it back on the black here.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is the game shot.
This is very missable, but he could clinch the frame here. No, he's just stroked that in.
He's got himself a little bit close to his work here, Matt, but I think he's good enough to carry this shot out.
Well, that all went wrong, didn't it? They're quite difficult pots to judge when they're very close to the ball like that. But now,
so it looks like Bayden will get another shot at this game.
if Henry's got a touching ball there, then he's had quite a result. It means he can just play away, and I think he has. And just one or two little rubs like that, getting that touching ball, that can make all the difference.
Well, Matt, as you know, if you play all week, you need a bit of luck sometimes. Not everything goes your way, but it's important that it goes your way at the right moments. He's got a choice here, but I think the right ball is the one he's going to play.
Well, he just needs 2 reds and 2 blacks here. That would leave him 36 points ahead with only 35 on the table. There's nothing safe on the table at the moment, so he's going to need that last red now.
Yes, and I think he might be the wrong side of blue though, Matt, so he's going to have to play something a little bit more difficult to get on these last 2 reds.
He's going to play here, forcing shot around the angles. Can always collide with one of the bulk colours. That's exactly
That's
what's
exactly
happened.
what happened, Matt. So Bayden lives again.
I thought maybe Henry may have gone all out and taken the pink there, even if he did need the rest, but with victory in sight. But he's got a shot on this red, so well,
That was a good shot.
and now I'd say he'll just roll up behind the green. leave Bayden in all sorts of trouble.
Yes, well, that would be the champion shot, I would think, Matt. But he's going for the finish.
Well, what do you think of that option, Dale? Wrong option, or just
I
how you
think
see
he
it at the
wanted
time,
to,
really, isn't it?
do a little entertaining himself there, Matt, at the end of the game and finish it off. But probably the right shot for the championship would have been the roll up behind the green. Even if Bayden had hit the red by some chance, he would probably had a better chance of leaving the ball up and Henry clearing.
Bayden just looking around the angles there. He's looking at stunning this red round the table, but just a chance it might connect with the black. So that's why he tried to play it the way he did, but got the double kiss.
Yes, indeed, and he's given Henry another chance here.
That's 32 with only 27 on the table. Should Bayden get back to the table now? And of course, Henry
I don't think Bayden will come back to the table now, Matt. I don't see Henry missing these balls from here. He's safe with the win. The cue action will be nice and loose now. No tension at all.
This is the point where you just relax now, isn't it? You know
Exactly.
you've done the job, and you want to clear the table though. End in style. So does Bayden come back to the table? He does. Need 3 4-point snookers just to tie. I think Henry can see enough of this to pot it. You don't see many frames won from this position, do you?
No, you don't, Matt. And, look, Henry's odds on to win, but even so, you shouldn't be giving your opponent the opportunity to perhaps pull off a miraculous escape.
Just try and roll that green towards the corner pocket here. So you've obviously enjoyed yourself at these championships, Dale.
Excellent. I was in two minds whether I should really play him, Matt, but I have enjoyed myself, and I'm pleased I did.
So you got the taste for it again, competition-wise?
I think the spirit's still there, Matt, but whether the body can follow it or not is another thing.
Well, you certainly
So
still know your way around a snooker table, and we had quite a long battle the other day in section play, didn't we?
Yeah, it was a good game.
So Henry should just tidy up here for title number 3. It's been quite a clinical performance by Henry during these championships this year. He's just dropped 6 frames in the whole week. So congratulations to Henry.
And he's playing some crowd shots now with his left hand. But, congratulations to Henry on his 3rd title. I think you'd probably say he was the most consistent performer right through the week, Matt, and well-deserved winner.
Yeah, no arguments at all with that from me. I mean, he annihilated me yesterday. He's pretty much annihilated everyone during this tournament. Okay, he didn't annihilate Bayden today, but I just don't think Bayden quite kicked into the same gear that he found yesterday, and I don't feel as though Henry was really tested this year. But it's certainly a deserved champion, no doubt about that. So congratulations to Henry Killian, and also congratulations to basically everyone who's been involved in the championships this year, all the players, all the officials. Thank you to the Hamilton Cosmopolitan Club for their wonderful hospitality, the use of their tables, and thank you to Excellence Billiards and Matt Edwards for their excellent coverage of the championships this year, and we certainly look forward to more Q Sports coverage. Thank you very much. Goodbye.